on the lips.
No, that ain't us. That's not us. The conservative base is bigger than you think. We are on the right side of this. You know, I made this same argument, not to get off topic here, but about the damage to the NFL brand. I promise this relates to just quickly. People have said to me with the NFL, oh, but the ratings are creeping back up. No, they'll do fine. They'll do fine. Listen, folks, I'm not here to make this an NFL show that we've done that topic 6 different weeks from Sunday. I'm just here to tell you that I personally know of probably 25 to 50 people who have tuned out completely from the NFL and who have made a point to tell their kids watching people kneeling on television, time's up, we're turning the channel. We're watching the local news. We're not watching it. Why, Dad? Because we don't do that, son. We don't do that. We can disagree with these folks. They're free to speak out. Of course, it's a free country. Vocally, vigorously defend their big R God-given rights to free speech. But we're not going to disrespect their flag. That flag stands for something bigger than that. And if they can't see that, then I can't watch. It's not just the damage now. It's the damage generation to the NFL and moving back now to Capitol. The Democrats are losing it. They don't understand. I'm not giving them tactical advice, folks. I'm telling you what's happening on the ground so you'll understand that this is not all lost. People get so down, and I get it on the Republican side because it seems like we get small victories and the Democrats get large ones. We get a tax cut, Democrats get Obamacare and bigger government spending. It happens over and over. You know, we get some kind of restriction of abortion, and the Democrats get massive social victories everywhere else. But sometimes you have to sit back and just smile and realize that we won one this weekend, and not only did we win one, the generational lasting damage the Democrats have done to their party is not going to end with this. Do you really believe, to the institutional Democrats, radical leftists, and media Looney Tunes out there who supported this, do you really believe with a straight face when you're all alone at night? You're all alone at night in your bathroom, you're done brushing your teeth, you got your hands on the counter, and you're looking in the mirror. It's that moment of honesty before you go to sleep. There's no one else around. When you reflect, do you really believe you helped yourself here? Do you really believe uncontrolled, childlike tirades in the Senate chamber, screaming and yelling, massive arrests, screaming in people's faces, ripping people's signs down, in some cases attacking people, in order to get Capitol kept off the court? Do you really believe this helped? Do you have any idea how many rational, sane Americans who don't live and breathe politics every day of their lives because they work and they have jobs, J-O-B-S's or J-O-B-S-S if Joe Biden was spelling it? Do you have any idea how many of them sat in front of their televisions and watched your histrionic nonsense and turned to their kids and their spouses and their mother-in-laws and their grandparents and said, hey, that ain't us. I'm sorry, but that ain't us. Folks, I was never a Democrat, never. But growing up, you know, in New York City and Queens, you know, you have this tendency to kind of, you know, want to understand how liberals see the world. I mean, again, I was never a liberal. I was an independent most of my life. But what really opened me up to conservatism was a this ain't us moment. And the this ain't us moment for me was when I was a police officer in New York City. And I saw how, again, I'm not suggesting every single time a cop acts as, you know, unfortunately, there are bad cops like everyone else. I'm telling you the overwhelming majority, I worked with were great guys and women who really just gave a damn. They weren't there to get rich, trust me. There ain't no money in policing, and ain't is a word in that case. But when I was a cop and I was an independent, you know, again, sometimes I'd even kind of see it the liberal way from being surrounded all the time by Democrats. I remember how some cops in use of force incidents, who I know did nothing wrong, they acted according to the book, how they were almost viciously and immediately attacked by the media, activists out there, without even giving them a fair shake. I'm telling you, that was my that ain't us moment. Where I said, something's wrong here. This isn't right. I mean, if you could just attack someone, a police officer, without even hearing his story, in an unquestionably tragic incident. Now, all use of force incidents are. No one goes out in the street with the desire to get in a use of force incident. I'm sorry. If you think that's what cops do, you're seriously seeing professional out. But to see the way they were treated, that was my "this ain't us" moment. I'm telling you, Democrats, I'm telling you that "this ain't us" moment is happening almost daily now with you guys and ladies. Screaming and raving like lunatics, attacking people. I have montages I put together on my show of liberals losing their minds. Who exactly do you think this appeals to? You are turning off generations of Americans, just like you did back in the 1968 election, as Dan Horowitz again puts in his wonderful piece in Conservative Review today. I'm no Nixon fan, believe me. Nixon was more of a Democrat than he was a Republican, and he was an awful president. I'm sorry. But the Nixon campaign team understood in that late 1960s election that chaos doesn't sell, folks. Chaos is not a brand. Chaos is chaos. Why the liberals think that instilling a sense of chaos and insecurity and societal fray and tearing at the threads of society, why they think this is going to sell on a mass scale, necessary somehow to implement their legislative big government agenda, is